If you have ever scrolled through your options for food delivery on your phone, chances are you've seen some restaurants that look real slick. You don't recognize them though. Ghost kitchens. They exploded in popularity during the pandemic. They're restaurant kitchens without the rest of the restaurant. No place to sit down and eat or do takeout. They exist only for delivery. Leaders in Colorado's restaurant industry can't tell us how many of these ghost kitchens exist in our state. The researcher and restaurant owner told our Steve Steger, ghost kitchens are likely to outlast the pandemic that gave them a boost.
Hello, how are you?
One of the cheesiest lines in television news has to be when a reporter says he wishes you had smell-o-vision.
This is a lobster ravioli with our sage brown butter sauce.
So instead I'll say, you should try this. But you can't order it off of the menu inside Simmer in Fort Collins.
It's a delivery and takeout concept, so out of the same kitchen, but yeah, just not in-house.
So we had to find a way to increase sales during the COVID period when we didn't have a full dining room.
Steve Lauer owns Simmer, and he also owns Rocco's Ravioli, something he cooked up during the pandemic. A restaurant only available for carry-out and delivery, operating out of Simmer's kitchen.
It was a huge impact for us when we were down 60, 70, 80% with the nicer environment in the worst times of COVID.
Rocco's is a ghost kitchen.
A ghost kitchen is a kitchen that operates like you think of as a restaurant, but there's no front of the house.
Jeff Miller is an associate professor of hospitality at CSU.
Mostly I'm a teacher. Do some research. Just wrote a book on avocados.
That sounds fascinating.
Google my name and avocado, and you'll see it.
Will do, but back to ghost kitchens. Miller has researched the concept, which predates COVID, but
the pandemic, in a sense, was a perfect storm for this concept. There are people here that are running 3 different restaurant concepts out of one kitchen, and you wouldn't know from the website that it's all coming out of Kitchen A.
The Colorado Restaurant Association doesn't track how many ghost kitchens are in Colorado. Some estimates say there are as many as 1,500 in the United States. A creature of COVID, Miller says ghost kitchens likely won't go away when the pandemic does.
I think people really saw the benefit of this as customers. I can get really good high quality restaurant food, I can get it delivered to my house, or I can pick it up.
Hi, here's that for you.
Back at Simmer, Lauer says the income from his ravioli ghost kitchen pays the rent for the building. In fact, he's getting ready to expand Rocco's a bit and improve the operation.
It's done wonders for this restaurant. It's almost like this restaurant can't afford to lose the ghost kitchen.
So for existing restaurants, this is pretty cheap to get going. You don't have to spend a ton on marketing, and you don't have to pay the other costs associated with a restaurant, like operating a dining room. Lauer told me even with his dining room busy again, Rocco's does not tax the restaurant. And if people get sick of ravioli, he can always rebrand to a different takeout concept. It's something, maybe he gets sick of ravioli. He could start making, I don't know, Reubens or something and sell those on the side.
We got talking about this weeks ago, and we were both really curious just how many of these there are. Tough to answer.
It really is. So I reached out first to the city of Denver and asked, do you license these? Well, they license restaurants that don't have a kitchen necessarily, or that don't have a dining room necessarily.
Yeah.
They don't keep specific numbers on these restaurants that solely exist for carryout.
Yep.
So it's really hard to pinpoint how many of these there actually are, because oftentimes they operate in a kitchen for a different restaurant that already has a license.
Yeah, they've got their license. They can have as many ghosts as they want in the back.
Yeah.
Making ravioli. That was my takeaway from the story. It's ghosts making food.
That's what it is, yeah.
And avocados. Thank you, Steve.